Good morning, everybody. I'm Prashna Kumar, and I'm one of the ED35A students of Lautoka campus for semester 2 2017. And this is a short video recording of Mr. Villiame Naulivou of Natokowaqa community. Mr. Villiame would tell us about his community and what are the various aspects that one would find when visiting Natokowaqa youth community. So, Mr. Villiame, would you start telling about some general information about your community? Like what is the name of the community and the physical characters included in your community?
Thank you, Mr. Personnel. As to begin, I come from a community, it's called Natokowaqa, applying the PRP youth network to as well. It's outside of city, Lautoka city, and my community is well known of high crime rate in that community. So that community, you name unemployment, crimes, and there's a lot of issues that happening in this community. Is a first high rep zone in this community, but it was before, but not now anymore. So this community is a total of household of 2,000 household in that community, as I believe. That's a survey has been done in 2015, but I'm not sure right now, 2017. That's a total statistics that has been given so far. And yes, we have multicultural people live there, and also well, it's all about high crime rate in that community. So it's been tackled. So that was way back in 2000. Till I came to know that making a change into this community, we form a youth group forming in that community. So this youth group, the main target is unemployment, and also to change the mindset of all people in our community, and also creating entrepreneurships into this community. So we did it it was registered under the government and with the Ministry of Youth, and also in that's in 2008. So in 2008 it was registered, and one of the best youth group in the western side. That was awarded by the Ministry of Youth. We do farming and community development projects. When it comes to community development projects, we're talking about sports, farming, entrepreneurship, employment, because a lot of us we are unemployed in that community. It's high levels of unemployment. So making them engage into activities, it pulls them out from creating crime. So that's just how we run our youth group.
Okay, thank you. What would you say about the ethnic groups that are included in your community, and how are those households and how are those groups distributed?
In ethnic, well, we have some Indian peoples out there, and also European people. We get along with people, and it's very lively, and they're sharing. Before we don't share. Now you see them sharing, like Diwali, for example. They share all this, and also in Eid. We see the love is getting closer to each other.
So there can be equality, and there are equality.
It is,
and the peaceful
way
way of living in your
Yes,
community.
that's where the crime prevention comes in. It pulls us together with the community and the police, and also it changes the mindset. Like I said, it changed the mindset from bad to good.
So, what are the values, attitudes, or self-image or aspirations that are reflected in the physical characteristics of Natokowaqa community?
Like I said, it's the values that we value was, it's just come out from the mind, the thought of creating sports. Creating sports, that drives everything out, because in that community, our values is for a change, and exercising good governance. We bring in human rights in, and we even have workshops by the virtues. They comes in and they teach our the kids out there about the values, the perspective lives, the way of changing, what you're going to become, and because from birth in the Middle Age you'll become a family. Yeah.
So, like as you have said that there are various ethnic groups which live in your community. So, do you think are they forced by other circumstances to live together in that community, or they are living together willfully?
Well, it's not a force, but it's how their own rights to live there. Because I think if you're looking at economically, that's the best place to come and stay in the city area of Lautoka, because that area is centered to all, centered to the wharf, to the police station now. It just goes by in Natokowaqa, and also to the ground, which called sports, to the hospital, to town. You see, that community is a center of all other communities. That's my own experience.
So, would you like to say something about the leadership in Natokowaqa community, like how that community is governed, under which type of leadership?
Thank you. In that community, in terms of leadership, you have faith-based leadership. When it comes to faith-based, there's a lot of religious, faith-based there, and also the Natokowaqa campaign, which is the police. Those are the leadership, and then the community itself. The community itself, it comes down to team leaders. Many team leaders like clubs leaders and youth group leaders. They all form to become one. So as a founder of the Natokowaqa Youth, we network to them. We share the knowledge. We picked up a subject or a topic for a change in their community, and then we work together. Now we together with sports. Now we together with community developments, cleanup campaigns, flood appeal campaigns, and all sorts of things. Now we bring it up together to work as a team leader. That's why we received the awards, being the best leader, promoting awareness to the community for a change.
So, who are the major economic players in your community? For example, what are the economical activities that is taking place in your community?
Economical activities, well, we have shops. Some families are running canteens, small canteens, and also families are running on, they're cooking bread from their backyard, and then they're cooking bread and they selling it to other families, homemade bread. Those are one, and also bottle collecting. We have a family that they've been doing this like it's more than 10 years, bottle collecting, empty bottles. So those are some economical that really helps the community too as well. And also rental cars, and we have design engineering, the founder is in that community too as well. So they're operating from there too as well, but that's in economical. And in sports, we have players from our community, and now Fiji reps, and now also when they are Fiji reps in soccer, and also volleyball, and also rugby. So those are all types of economical, that is their talent are used into the family of economical. So in sports and then in business terms.
So now we come down to the distribution of wealth. So just as you have said earlier that there are many economical activities that are taking place in your Natokowaqa community which generates income for either elders or breadwinners as well as the youths. So I believe that people in your community, they cater for their families and themselves on their own. So they do not depend on others to help them financially.
Yes.
So now we come down to the main part, the social structure of Natokowaqa community. So would you like to say, tell me how do people relate to each other on daily basis?
Oh, yeah, brother. You know, relating to each other, they are so friendly. Now it's so friendly. Before wasn't, but now it's so friendly. Back in 2000, the high crime rate was 99 till 2008. But now the crime rate, it decreases down below 40 degrees. Sorry, not degrees, but 40%. It was 99% before, but now it's decreased right down to 40% high crime rate. So we hardly facing crimes into that community. So before, you cannot see people walking from point A right up to point B, which is far away on top. Now you see them, Indians, European young girls, they knocking off 11 p.m. from Neni, because they're working from Neni. They're walking right up in the middle of the night. Nothing is being done. But before, as soon as you walked up, they just, you'll be robbed or you've been raped. But now, it's normal. Yeah, till now.
As well as under the social structure, if there are issues that arise in the Natokowaqa community, how are these issues resolved?
Issues that depends on in what context that there are the issues that are coming up with. Dealing with this issue, we identify which category of race they come from. So if it's a Fijian community, so we'll try and deal it as a Fijian traditional way. If it's the Indian way, then we will involve the police too as well. It's very realistic, and people are changing in that community right now.
And the last bit of it, I believe that you take care of the youths of Natokowaqa community, which everybody would believe are the foundation of that community. They are the future leaders of that community. So, from your perspective, what are your assumptions for the youths in your community as to how they should behave, they should dress, or how they should do business with them and treat others?
Okay.
So, what do you think about that for your youths in your community?
For us, we have a capacity youth building. That's a workshop that we always do, where we teach people their skills, identify them, and they comes in and they learn their individual talent, and we bring in speaker for entrepreneurship, carpenter, all aspects of earning money. So we generate these young people into a workshop, and then they start off where they are, and that's when government comes in and help them. We identify, hey, this youth, he is good on this, so why don't you, and music, when it comes to music and all this. So the government comes in and help too as well. The Ministry of Youth, we identify, hey, this is the type of youth that we need him for a change, but he's got the talent, he's got the key. And then when the government comes in, we nucleate the guy, and then it grows. And that is role model to other youths. So for a change, that's what is happening right now.
Okay. So the last but not the least, I believe, is from my personal experience as well by visiting your community for the past few years. Your community in Natokowaqa welcomes people with different backgrounds and different opinions open-handedly.
Yes.
So, do you exercise a special norm, a special rule as to how to interact with these type of people who come into your community with the various types of perspectives?
I don't believe, because when human rights comes in, the rights of a person, and also it's in our constitutions, we have a freedom of movement around, and so we don't stop anyone to come in, but we're all flexible. The only thing that we can say is, you're right, you know what to do, but make for a change. Don't bring bad, but bring good.
So thank you, Mr. Villiame, for your valuable time, for
sir.
turning up for this short interview.
Most welcome, sir.
As we have seen that Mr. Villiame had decided to give his opinions about Natokowaqa community. He looks after our diverse scale of youths under the Natokowaqa Youth Club, and he has done many various projects in his community as well, and there are many more to come, I believe.
Yes.
So it is my humble pleasure
Thank you, sir.
to have you here with me for the interview.
Most welcome. Anytime.
Who has a various who has a large scale of experience
Wow.
in community work, I
Yes.
believe. So thank you once again,
Most
sir.
welcome, sir.
And I look forward to work with you in my
Anytime.
future community researches to come. Thank you.